We are also pleased that Secretary of Education Cardona had a conflict today, but he made a special message for us specifically for the National Network of State Teachers of the Year and the All Equity Convening and all the teachers joining us today. Secretary Cardona previously served as Commissioner of Education in Connecticut. He has 2 decades of experience as a public school educator from the city of Meriden. He began his career as an elementary teacher. He then served as a school principal where he led a school with outstanding programming for 3 to 5-year-olds, students that were bilingual and students with sensory exceptionalities. In 2012, he won the 2012 National Distinguished Principal Award for the state of Connecticut and the Outstanding Administrator Award from UConn's NEAG School of Education. A warm welcome for Secretary Cardona.
Hello, I'm Miguel Cardona, U.S. Secretary of Education. It's great to be able to join you virtually. Most importantly, thank you for the hard work you've done to advance educational excellence and equity, particularly over the last year and a half. Students, educators, schools, college campuses, and communities experienced an academic year like no other last year. The challenges were immense. Yet, I've seen the resilience and the determination of communities all across this country to wrap students from preschool to college in love and care, and to provide them with the support that they need to thrive. And this work continues. This summer, communities built new partnerships or strengthened existing ones to provide students of all ages with rich, engaging summer learning and enrichment opportunities, supported in part from the historic funding in the American Rescue Plan. These opportunities have set so many students up to be successful in the new academic year. They also provided students with safe and fun ways to reconnect with educators and peers. Many states and districts collaborated with community-based organizations, parks and recreation departments, libraries, museums, and other local groups, all in service of supporting students and families. As the Commissioner of Education in Connecticut, I experienced firsthand the disruptions that students, families, educators, schools, and communities faced as the pandemic unfolded. As a former teacher and principal, I understand how hard it's been. And as a parent of a daughter and a son in high school, I know how critical it is to stay engaged with our students, to help them stay focused on learning, and to support their social and emotional development, and to meet their mental and physical health needs as well. And as your Secretary of Education, I pledge to listen, to learn, and to always act with the best interests of students at heart. There's a reason for this sense of urgency, and I don't have to tell you that the pandemic exacerbated inequities, not only in education, but in other critical areas such as health and economic stability. All of you are here today because you plan to do something about it. This is a moment to boldly address patterns of inequity in education. This is our moment to ensure that we reopen schools, we reinvest in our students, and we reimagine our education system differently and better than before. This is our moment to finally build back better, to lead in a transformative way, and to use every penny provided by the President and Congress to ensure that those most impacted by the pandemic receive the most support. We've often heard and maybe even exclaimed that education is the great equalizer. Well, now is our chance to prove it. The funding is there. The urgency from the President is there. Are we going to lead through this and come out stronger? I say we can, and we must. The American Rescue Plan provided $130 billion for K-12 education and another $40 billion for higher education, which we're already seeing supporting students and communities as they recover from the pandemic and reemerge even stronger. And if Congress passes the President's Build Back Better agenda, we can transform our education system to advance educational excellence, equity, and opportunity for all students. We're looking forward to being your partners in this effort. Together, we must think creatively. We must implement programs and practices supported by evidence of what works. And we must share promising efforts and learn from one another. For our part, at the federal level, we'll capture and elevate those stories through our best practices clearinghouse. We've seen throughout history that great crises can often lead to great opportunity. What if we approached the recovery from COVID as an opportunity to truly remake education in America and make it better. We must take bold action together to ensure our nation's schools and campuses are defined not by disparities, but by equity and opportunity for all. I believe we can get there together. Thanks again for all you do.